Okay, this has to do with 9/11, the Oklahoma City bombing. Okay, you might know this, or people might have explained it to you already, but I'll explain it myself. As you know, I know that Gene Jernigan Roberts personally is the one who did the World Trade Center attack. And like I said, if you confront her, she will only admit to crashing the first tower. She crashed all four planes, okay? And she had a pre-plan before I was born. This goes way, way, way back to the early 1900s. I've got tons of decode done on it. But anyway, okay, so my whole life, my whole childhood, everything is wrapped around this. It's even in my birthday, November 13th, 1971. It's crazy. Okay, so like I told you, she used artificial intelligence on me my whole life. So she's basically been robotically controlling me my whole life. And nobody gave her consent to do that. She just helped herself. Now, okay, so anyway, so one thing I want to explain to you is I decoded a lot with hands. A lot. There's a lot I have decoded with hands. So, okay, so when I was in junior high, I had to be very, very early junior high. I think maybe like eighth. I think eighth or ninth grade. I think it was eighth grade. But anyway, um, maybe it was, I don't know what it was. It was eighth or ninth grade. So anyway, okay, so I was in this crafts class, okay, and we were using hot glue guns, and we were hot gluing little outfits on little stuffed teddy bears, okay, and so I'm a little hot glue gun, and I was like gluing the little outfit on the little teddy bear or whatever. And my hand slipped, which my hand didn't slip. She used robotic control to do this to me. Okay. So she did this to me. I did not do this to myself. And she glued, um, making it look like I did it to myself, but she did it to me. She glued on my right hand, like if you're looking at your own right hand on my right hand, she glued the second digit, my pointer finger, and the third digit. She glued my two fingers together. Okay. They were hot glued together, and I freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, my two fingers are glued together. I mean, they were glued from bottom to top. They were glued together all the way through. And I was trying like heck to get my fingers apart. I think I even had to go to the nurse trying to get the glue off. I can't really remember. I just remember fingers were glued together and hot glued together, and I was trying to get the glue off. Okay, so it turns out this is all decode. So if you look at the left hand, my left hand, she was saying in the future she was going to do the World Trade Center attack and the Oklahoma City bombing, the Alfred P. Murrah building. Okay. The date for Alfred P. Murrah is for 1995. Okay. The date for the World Trade Center attack, the second one, is September 11th, 2001, as I know you guys know. Okay. So my left hand, okay, first of all, think about your hand. So if you count your fingers, starting from your left hand to your right hand, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your right hand is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So my left hand, which again, what are also, somebody's just pointing this out, most presidents are left-handed. So my left hand, which was fine, there's the five digits that represents the Pentagon. She planned to crash the Pentagon. That's the Pentagon. Okay, so the first, if you count again, you either count it as six on the right hand, you either count as 6, 7, 8. Now, consider my two fingers glued together. You already know what that is. That's the World Trade Center. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so with my pinky down, the pinky is Pennsylvania. Okay, so she planned to crash the plane on the ground in Pennsylvania. So that's the 10th digit. That's Pennsylvania, and then you can count 6, 7. That also counts. See, it's also the building 1 and 2, and then if you count starting at the 6th digit, then that's also building 7. She crashed building 7. Okay. And then it also spells out Oklahoma City bombing 419. Okay, so you have it's like your thumb and the fourth finger, because it four this is 419. They get it 419. See, it's right here. Your thumb and then the fourth finger 419. She did that to me. I decoded that. I turned it into the police. And then also while I'm at it, I decoded more on hands. I even decoded future wars. Remember I said there'd be 4 wars? I decoded wars. It creeped me out so bad with the wars. And I was decoding from Revelations, following the map, trying to figure out how it coincides from Nostradamus into Revelations. I decoded Revelations too, because she uses everything as a map. She's a Satanist. She uses the Bible blasphemously and does all her planning blasphemously. So when I interpreting the Bible, I'm like figuring out what God really means to say. Then what did she do blasphemously? And then again, what is God saying? So anyway, and then coinciding with what's happening with historical events. So figuring all of that out, I figured out the 4 wars also through the Bible. It was freaking me out so bad because Jean is a Satanist. It just creeped me out so bad. Like, I can't even look at she kept trying to make me curl my fingers and stuff based off of what I discovered at work with the 4 wars. And I was like, just like in my brain, I was like, leave me alone. She thinks it's funny. She's a Satanist. She knows it creeps me out. So, cause it's like, blah, blah, blah. So, but I decoded a lot with hands. So, anyway, that's that.